And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to Indianapolis as we get ready for chase race number 4 of Season 7 of the NNSCRA Snickers Cup Series. Getting ready today for the running of the Brickyard 400 presented by Huggies, and a guy who made this track very famous, not only by having a special section over in the infield of Turn 4, but also for Tony hawking it down the front straightaway pit wall. Joining me in the commentator's booth is Dillon Young.
Hey, thanks for having me here. I'm glad to be back here at this track. This is just memories here. Oh my.
Well, this is a track where Huggies was basically born, one of your well-known Enter 2003 catchphrases, and based on what we've seen so far this weekend in Indianapolis, I have a feeling that you may need to have some more Huggies on hand.
Oh, absolutely. I got some right behind me here in the booth here, and I also got the little Huggy section over there in the right here behind us. So it should be interesting. Hopefully, we won't have any other crazy incidents and stuff. And I think this is about the fourth season we're doing here now between me and you in Indianapolis. So this is actually great.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we started this back in Season 3, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was Season 4.
Was it Season 4?
I think that was how it first came, Season 4. Yeah, I remember that, because that's how it first started, with Dylan Poteet.
Well, it wouldn't be Snickers Cup Series race in Indianapolis without having Dillon Young in the commentator's booth with me, and we got pretty interesting top 10 here. It's peppered with a couple of chasers, but a number of other well-known drivers up here. James McLeod, our Pocono race winner, he's on point. Richard Johnson alongside of him in second, who has actually not been to victory lane yet this season. Joshua Collard, now he's the highest qualifying chaser here today, and he comes into the chase standings fifth in points. He's only 20 points out of the top position. Alongside of him, Michael Norman, our winner from Spartan. The top 5 completed by John Cittadino. Now, we ended up having a race 2 weeks ago at Watkins Glen, where track position, where he started, was key. Then we ended up last week being at Homestead Miami Speedway, where it was kind of better if you were up at the front, but if you were at the back, you had time to work your way to the front. What about here in Indianapolis? Is track position key, or is there an opportunity to work your way to the front?
I think there's a good opportunity to work your way up in the front. Unless, remember that keyword unless, you're in that very, very back. You're not in a pretty good position, because I think what we've had lately at Indianapolis, not only I think with this series here in the Snickers Cup Series the past few seasons, but I think in other series I've noticed, as soon as the first lap happens, coming off of turn 2, heading towards the backstretch, it's like they instantly wreck. And I don't know why they do that. It's just a weird thing that happens, but it's just been going on lately, so hopefully the Snickers Cup Series drivers, they won't have that problem.
Yeah, and going to your point there, I have noticed that happening even this weekend. The Truck Series race was a prime example of it. A lot of drivers, I don't know if it's that they get tight off of 2 or they just overdrive the exit of the corner. One of those two things is what causes them to go up the track and cause that wreck of which you speak. And here today, we got Snickers Cup cars, which we know bring out more horsepower than the trucks and the Mobile One Cup cars do. So, yeah, there's that very edgy feeling probably for these drivers when they head to that particular area. We're going to get these cars rolling off real quickly. I'm going to give the current points overview, and then of course we'll show you your starting lineup on the top of the screen. Then we're going to also ask Dillon about his pick for today's race. So John Cittadino comes in as the current points leader, and he's starting up in 5th, so he's got an opportunity maybe to widen his points lead. He's got currently a 9-point advantage over Anthony McCurry, who's second in points. Then it is a total of 15 points he has over third in points Chris Washer. Bob Jones comes into this race 19 points back. He's 4th in points, and Joshua Collard is 20 points back. In 5th, we have a 2-way tie for 6th between Charles Sanford and Jacob Lawler. They are a total of 22 points apiece behind. And then you have 29 points back, sorry. Sean Henley, 8th in points. Ian Dutta, he's 9th in points. Andrea Erickson, 10th. Then Langford, Poteet, Danny Wells, and Noah Hart really need good runs here today because they are a little bit more than 30 points or more behind John Cittadino. Indianapolis, Dillon, is it a make it or break it place, a place where you can mount a comeback if you're not doing well in the chase standings?
Absolutely, it is a make it place, make it or break it. It's just one of those tracks where you can just instantly, as soon as you could probably get a win, really can help you out in the chase. And we've had times before in the Snickers Cup Series where there's a few races left in the chase, and we've been here. We've been here in the chase where it's the beginning, it's in the middle. So this is good to be back in the beginning stuff, but it should be interesting, though. I'm looking forward to some top 10's a pretty good all-star lineup, too, so that's another thing I've noticed.
Yeah, a lot of big names here, a lot of former winners from the last few weeks as well. Cody Lamas, who won last week, and Nick Barney, who won 2 weeks ago at Watkins Glen, both starting up in 6th and 8th. Who's your pick in this field? I mean, there's a lot of big names. Who at Indy is the driver to look for?
You know, I think this guy has got a big Indy passion, and I think he's really a guy to keep an eye on. I'm going to look at Noah Hart in the 47. He may be a big spoiler alert and could actually get a win. I know he's starting midfield, but you never know how that could be for him.
And, of course, Noah Hart comes in last of the chase drivers, so could be a big opportunity for him today as the green flag's out. We're underway here in the Brickyard 400, presented by Huggies.
So real quick, Seth, who's your pick?
Oh, I've got to look at a guy that actually has been very consistent this season, but he's not a chaser, Sean Galligan. He doesn't have a Snickers Cup Series win yet, but he is 15th in the point stands, and he's basically dominating the rest of the other regular season drivers that are not in the chase. Oh, my word!
Oh, that quals, it's the 20. It's,
Schwallenberg.
I'm thinking of my series now. Great.
What in the world just happened there? He just flipped.
I knew it. They did off turn 2, and there's a 4-car breakaway, so...
Oh, whoa. They're scraping the wall.
Everyone just slapped the wall, all 4 of them.
Well, we said that they bring in more horsepower in these cars, but these drivers are definitely overdriving the corner some.
Oh, it's actually a 5-car breakaway. I see McLeod, Pollard, Citadino, I believe that's O'Galligan, and Henley.
Yep. 2 teammates there from Tweenix, and...
Well, we know the 20 got involved, but I'm afraid to look who else got involved.
Oh my goodness, the outside pole sitter. Wow.
Oh my. Wow. I don't know what to say. And I think we have a lot more. Oh boy.
Yeah, there's Schwallenberg. We know he had flipped. Oh, there's Chris Wash. Yeah, he had trouble last week at Homestead, Miami, and he had come in actually as the chase points leader. And it looks like for the second straight week, he's got problems. And Anthony McCurry right in front of him there, second in the chase points.
Oh my god, that 20 car took a flip. He didn't even hit the wall yet, and he flipped.
Now, I'm looking at this, though. I don't know, but we might have actually gotten away with maybe just 2 or 3 cars. Oh, well, nope. I was wrong. Cody Lamas, last week's winner at Homestead. He's got a lot of damage on the front of his machine.
He started about 9th or 10th or something. Man, he's got a lot of front-end damage.
The Duck Dynasty Toyota all crunched up.
He ain't gonna be Howdy Jack on that one.
Not at all.
Oh, my.
Oh, man, Silver Fox as well.
I'm actually curious to know how Silver Fox got his damage, because it really didn't look like he was going to have damage off that, but then again, he could have ran into someone easily, and here we go for some pit stops. A few cars staying out, though. 3
teammates.
Cars.
Dillon Young and Jake Rogers from Penske Racing decided to stay out, along with Dougie Shears.
That's an interesting strategy right there.
Well, remember, we ended up having that wreck take place with Schwallenberg, who actually had started up inside the top 10. Maybe those 3 are thinking, hey, we don't want to be back here where trouble could break out. Oh, another driver used the strategy, too. I think Peachy London stayed out. But, you know, if you're out in front, you're not in danger, possibly, of having something like that happen. I mean, we just saw there, a driver who I think had started this race in 7th flipped in front of the entire field.
Henley got a fast pit stop right there. Holy cow.
That may have been a gas and go.
Is my eyes who I'm seeing in second? Is that Ralph Mason?
That is.
Wow, he had a really fast pit stop.
Cole Daly back there as well with Jessica Shelton. I think these drivers may have gone with fuel only on that pit stop.
I think so.
And look, Silver Fox is going to continue. I think he went with a gas and go and they just ripped the hood off.
They're like, no, we're getting out.
Wow, okay.
Fast.
I've seen a lot of different pit stops in my time, but I don't think I've ever seen one where a driver just rips off the hood and goes with a gas and go.
Richard Johnson, the outside pole sitter, he's also had a quick pit stop, and oh, jeez.
And Cody Lamas, same thing for him.
Oh, they're bunched up into each other.
Yeah, they are. They're having trouble getting off pit road, but fortunately they haven't wrecked, doesn't look like.
That's kind of surprising, though, seeing some of the guys involved.
Oh, Citadino! What in the world?
Wow, I don't think the brake was working on that one.
He's the pole sitter. I don't think he wants to make a mistake like that. And look where James McLeod's going to come out of all this. Way back here. And Collard. Both those drivers are running up near the front.
That's kind of surprising to see that. I think McLeod got stuck between a lot of cars right there, so... Interesting there.
Well, Pichu London is the leader. 4 drivers decide not to come down pit road under this caution flag. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we only have had 2 drivers, or no, maybe even just 1 driver, out of the race after what we just saw, and that I think is Schwallenberg. We'll update that when we come back, but let's jump back, take a look at a replay of what just happened. Well, here's a look at what happened to Dylan Schwallenberg, and he did indeed actually start in the 7th position. And this is what we've seen all week long. He's going to just drive it really hard off the corner, and Silver Fox actually gets into Norman behind him, too.
Yeah, they just got really close to each other, and oh boy, this is not going to be an easy impact right here, too.
Man, the 20 car, immediately after it hit the wall, the car flipped over. It just takes that slight angle of hitting that safer barrier, and there's where Silver Fox got his damage.
Yeah.
He just hit the flipping 20.
Wow, and Henley, man, he did a good job avoiding that wreck. Holy cow.
Yeah, I think he got a little bit of damage there. I think he got driven into, but...
Oh, no, Hart.
Hart around, Nick Barney around. Michael Norman got pinched up, actually squeezed into the wall, and then he gets a shove from Levi McIntyre.
Man, they really, like, stacked up badly there. And actually, I'm kind of curious to see how that part started, because I know we saw the Schwallenberg thing, but how did the Barney and Noah Hart thing start?
Yeah, I think they just started all running into each other, and there you see Chris Washer getting a piece of it there, and McCurry's held up behind it.
I don't think Hart has a lot of damage, too. It looks like he's all good.
Hart doesn't appear to. Nick Barney doesn't appear to. I think for the most part for these drivers, you know, like Hart and Nick Barney that we saw facing the wrong direction, I think they basically all just tried slowing down and made a little bit of contact with each other and flipped each other around. But I don't really think they actually made enough contact to take them out of this race. Let's jump back. Go to the helicopter view.
My pick there. Oh, boy. I mean, there's been a lot of bad history between me and my picks. Bad.
Let's take a look from the helicopter view here.
Especially the name I'm not supposed to say, otherwise he'll get, you know. Say it. You know who I am.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, they're stacking up right there. Oh, Hart ran into the 15 right there.
He ran 15, then the 15 was shot into the back of Nick Barney.
That explains it right there. And then, yeah, they really stacked up badly right there. Oh, the 17's going to get some damage right there. 66, 31. They're going to get a little bit of damage off that.
Oh, Danny just barely gets through. Jackson and his teammate Austin do a good job on the high side there.
And barely fitting through. Look at Bob Jones.
And how does Chris Washer...
I think he's going to
Trent Dunham got him.
I don't know why Dunham did that. I thought he was clear and just... Oops.
Yeah, Dunham had a bit of room up there to be able to work with, and just kind of, almost kind of like a sheet metal grab there. Got the passenger side door of the 10 and kind of turned him down into the 20. But I'm relatively surprised with a wreck happening as far up at the front as it did, and a car flipping, that we had as few cars basically get involved as we did. Everybody for the most part did a great job of splitting that 20 car here, and fortunately it was on a straightaway, so they were able to do that.
That's at least a good thing, too.
So we are under the yellow flag. Dylan Schwallenberg, I have a hunch, may possibly be the only driver out of the race after all this. We'll find out as we head back now for the restart. So we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing. As we documented before we went to the replay, 4 drivers, Pichu London, Dillon Young, Jake Rogers, and Dougie Shears, decided to all stay out, so they'll restart as the top 4. Richard Johnson is a lap down, but the only driver out of the race is Dylan Schwallenberg. So out of the 42 that took the green flag, and after that big wreck, only 1 driver is out of the race. The other 41 still on track.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a big wreck, but it ended up only a few cars involved, so that's a good thing right there for those guys.
Now, Pichu London, as we said, he's the leader. We'll go back further from 4th place. Sean Henley had the fastest pit stop. He'll restart 5th. Cole Daly in 6th. Ralph Mason 7th. Jessica Shelton 8th. 9th, with no hood, is James Silverfox. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out on the restart. And Daniel Day is in 10th. Then it's Charles Jackson, Joshua Michaels, Mary Cole, Charles Sanford, and Cody Lamas. That is the top 15. Let's find the rest of our chasers real quick. 16th restarting will be Andrea Erickson. You gotta go a long ways back before you find Bob Jones in 22nd and Dylan Poteet in 23rd. Ian Dutta is 25th. Anthony McCurry in 27th. Danny Wells will be 29th. Citadino in 30th. 31st, Noah Hart. 32nd, Harrison Langford. 33rd, Jacob Lawler. Joshua Collard back in 35th. And I believe Chris Washer is the final chaser in the field in 39th place right now.
Kind of interesting there. Here we go. Green flag's back out. And wow, the 14 got a great start there.
So did the 2. The 22 of Rogers did not, though.
No, and I think that's also good there for them because the 93 did not get going whatsoever and held up a little bit of Henley.
And a good thing right there that I just noticed was these drivers actually made it through turn 1 without sliding up into the wall.
Oh.
Well, there they go. Oh, boy.
There goes Daly.
Daly is around.
So much for that.
Yeah, I was going to say they were doing a good job keeping it off the wall. And, oh, man. Oh, my word.
That Superman car ain't no super anymore.
He can fly.
He found the kryptonite thanks to the Huggies.
Oh, my goodness.
The kryptonite is the Huggies. That's the truth about Superman. It didn't
my. James McLeod, the pole sitter, is involved.
That Superman car trying to take some flight there, for goodness sakes. Wow.
I mean, the irony.
Jeez.
James Silverfox and Cody Lamas, who were damaged and tried to continue, they're in it. Oh, William Duncan.
McLeod, the pole sitter.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, and there's more. Jacob Lawler, 7th in championship points.
Thank goodness.
Oh, the points leader, Citadino.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
Oh, boy.
I can guarantee you, second, third in points, they're hearing that on the radio. I think that's their go time motive right there. That means let's go.
Well, there is second in points, Anthony McCurry, crossed the line in 28th. There is third in points, Chris Washer, crossed the line in 31st. I hate to say it, but I'm almost seeing flashbacks to Watkins Glen where the chasers are getting targeted. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and I think that happened a few seasons ago when that happened when we came here. I think, if I was correct, I think that was season 5 that happened where pretty much most of the chasers got involved in the wreck.
I think you're right. If I remember correctly, if I'm remembering the one you're remembering, I think out of all the chasers that season, only 2 chasers actually ended up finishing out the race.
Yeah, and you got to be really careful as a chaser. And if you notice that a lot of the chasers are getting involved, if you're one of the chasers that's still, I should say, driving, that means you got to alert your crew chief and let them know, oh, a little stack up right there.
Yeah, they started backing up.
But they got to be really careful coming to this point because, you know, as a chaser, you're trying to battle for the championship. And you're just trying to hope that nothing bad can happen. And if you're feeling like the other chasers are getting targeted, that means you're a target now. You can get involved in a wreck. So you got to be very, very careful every time you go on a turn or straightaway.
Absolutely. And we talked about before, Bob Jones off pit road. We talked about earlier drivers coming in needing good runs to get themselves back up in championship contention. Well, we've had a lot of our front runners get in trouble here today. This could end up bunching the points up from first all the way down to 14th, right back up heading into next week.
First.
It was Michael Norman.
Wow. I think that's the first I've seen the 3 at least get a really good.
He started this race, I think, in 4th position, but fell back after that Dylan Schwallenberg wreck, and now he's the leader. Future teammate Bob Jones will be 2nd. Dylan Pote, little bit of pit strategy there on his part. He'll be 3rd. Charles Jackson, defending champ, 4th. And Nick Barney looks like he came off pit road in 5th place. So we're going to have a brand new top 5 when we go back to green. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Richard Johnson didn't come to pit road. He may actually start in the tail end of the lead lap. He could be back on the lead lap before this race is over.
Possibly. Let's take a look at our second caution of the race.
Well, this was a battle for 6th place, so we can't say this was near the rear of the field, and Henley gets the wall.
Oh, man, Henley got Daly right there, and then look at Ralph. He is barely going to get through. That is one lucky guy.
Yeah, he and Jessica Shelton. And we saw the 24 on pit road, didn't know what he got involved in. He actually did hit the 88 there.
And we're trying to figure out who's the one that nailed the 88.
I know who that was. That was Danny Wells. I saw that one happen. Oh, Anthony McCurry was spun out further back.
Oh, wow. And look, there's Duncan right there. Oh, there's Sanford. Here comes Danny, and
there's the hit.
The driver's side.
Oh, and a little help from McLeod.
Wow, and that Superman car, he did not find anything super about that one. That was some kryptonite on that one.
Holy cow.
Oof. Man, that I think McLeod's hit onto the 88 was the worst part about it. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, Danny hit him, and then when he hit him and that 88 got a little bit of air, McLeod just helped propel the 88 up into the air. And we saw
Wow.
Austin LaPlante take a barrel roll in the Truck Series race, but it was nothing like Dalley's ride
No.
here.
And I noticed too, Daly's back end actually was bouncing off the catch fence too.
It
Man,
was, yeah. Good thing they had that catch fence there. We might have needed to have another Huggies area on the back straightaway.
that would have not been good. But yeah, I think there was. Yeah, let's take a look at McCurry because
I saw him spun around.
another car around. That might have been Galligan.
Yep. It looks like McCurry and Matthews kind of crowd each other off this corner, and Galligan's just behind it.
And there's Danny Wells right there, the guy who ended up flipping him. He actually gets a little piece of it right there.
Yep. The right front just barely got a piece of his teammate in
Oh,
the
for
44.
sure. He bounces off the wall and he goes around.
Yep. 10 car. Wow.
A lot of people are having trouble with turn 2 today. It's just they're taking so much speed onto there. Oh, the 11's going to get into Galligan right there.
That's where Lawler got his damage.
But yeah, I was trying to say is that they're coming off so much speed off turn 2, they're not having enough time to hit the brakes as well. And they keep slapping the wall off too, right by where that kink is in the end of the safer barrier.
And it's not when they're double wide, it's when they're single file too, which is quite surprising. I mean, you'd expect it maybe with double wide because they got to give each other room off the corner, but in a single file thing, you'd think they'd be able to, get off turn 2 without hitting the wall, but they are having a lot of difficulty here today, and I think that could basically be with the fact that we've had sunny conditions all day. That track, I think, is probably very, very slick.
Yeah, there's something.
Oh.
Another incident, and
This
that's
is what
happened to
involves
the-
Citadino, I think.
I think that explains what happened to the 72. Oh, and it starts with the 55 of Sanford, I believe it is, and
Yep.
the 42 of Erickson. Yeah, the 55 looks like she got wow. Sanford got very tight right there into the turn 3 right there, into Erickson. And there's where 39 got involved, too. I didn't even see the 39 get involved. Andrea's going to go around as well, and kind of ironic, too, that the 42 in my series won the latest race at DC in my series, so that's kind of ironic, too, that I'm seeing that.
Now, I don't think Erickson actually starts this next incident. I think this next incident may actually... Oh, wait a minute. Are you kidding me? Daniel Day is running down right now in the pit road area of the racetrack, that little access road. Is he going to hit the 42?
Don't tell me. Is he really?
Oh my goodness. What?
Why? Oh, and there I think is...
And hello, Citadino.
Ooh. And then... Oh, are you kidding me? How did Dunham and the 48 make it through?
I don't know. And then there's Duncan. Oh, man.
Look at McCurry.
McCurry slicing and dicing.
Jeez. I think all he wants to do is survive. Who cares about winning the race? I think he just wants to survive now.
Yeah, but look who he bypassed. The guy he's trying to chase down for the points lead, Citadino. So that was huge for McCurry being able to get through that.
I think that was the last person, too, McCurry won to hit to the points leader. I mean, that would have been interesting because then Citadino would definitely been out of the race, but possibly he will be out. But I didn't think McCurry wanted to hit him there, too, so that was a close call right there. So that's a sigh of relief for him. And there's Washer going around.
Yep, that's third in points there. The only two drivers in the top 5 in points that I've not seen have trouble today are Bob Jones and Joshua Collard. Although McCurry's gotten involved in a couple things, he's still continuing. Same for Washer, but that may be one race and done for John Citadino as far as having the points lead here in this chase. He'll be next week at Lime Rock having to probably try and regroup and move himself back up through points. He may take quite a tumble in the standings after today.
It's like they say, you never know what to find out until those results are official. So,
and what's the deal with Daniel Day and Andrea Erickson? I mean, I don't want to cast aspersions, but that almost kind of looked like it was intentional on the part of the 24.
Or that, or the steering wasn't working or something.
I know. I mean, that was rather odd that the 24 was down there in the breakdown lane and ran into the back of a car that was off track and out of the way of the drivers on track.
That's kind of not smart there for the 24 right there. And normally you would think a driver who would drive in that kind of machine would do that, but, well, then again.
You never know. But Indianapolis is not the kind of place you want to take your frustrations out on another driver, that's for sure, not with the high speeds.
Exactly.
But we are under the caution flag here for the second time today. We aren't even to the halfway point already. We got a lot of big names heading to the garage area. What were you going to say?
I said not even a third of the race complete. Oh,
No,
my.
you're right. So let's head back now for the restart and see just exactly what we're going to have here as far as drivers. So we'll be able to continue after about 3 separate wrecks. Actually, no, 4 separate wrecks taking place here on lap 6. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Don't turn into a Ralph Mason, please, Dillon. As we get ready to go back to green on lap 11 of 24. Michael Norman is the leader, and apparently Richard Johnson did come down to make a pit stop under that last caution. He had to come down as one of the lap
to
cars.
beat Ralph Mason. I will.
No. One Ralph Mason is enough. One Ralph Mason is plenty.
To make it the Ralph Mason 400% by Huggies, we could.
Oh boy, and then watch him win it. Michael Norman is the leader, Bob Jones second, Poteet third, fourth Charles Jackson, and fifth is Nick Barney. Then Jessica Shelton, Mary Cole, Levi McIntyre, Kyle Corbett, and Drew Austin. That is the top 10. John Cittadino is out of this race, I believe, and he came in as the points leader. And he is joined by the following: Jacob Lawler, who came in 7th in chase points, last week's winner Cody Lamas, James Silverfox, pole sitter James McLeod, Daniel Day, Cole Daly, Andrea Erickson, who came in 10th in championship points, William Duncan, Danny Wells, who came in 13th in championship points. They all joined Dylan Schwallenberg back in the garage area.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Danny Wells that you mentioned too before. He is more than 30 points behind. That's really not going to help him too. And man, that's going to be a tough break for Danny right there.
Absolutely. As we get ready to go back to green flag racing, as we mentioned, Cittadino is out of the race. McCrory, second in chase points, is restarting 20th, amazingly enough. And Chris Washer, third in points, is restarting in 30th place as the battle is on for the lead.
I was about to say, too, I would imagine if Bob Jones would work with Michael Norman and his future boss, but then again, he actually said nope. And let's see if they're going to hit the wall.
They do. Oh, keep it together. Please, please. Nope, Mary Cole.
Oh, here we go. Oh, Richard got involved, and oh, boy.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, whoa.
Dougie Shear, Sean Galligan. Oh, they're dead.
He just popped off of somebody's roof like a ball off a seal's nose.
I just saw Jake Rogers involved.
Langford. That's a chaser.
Atkins. Oh, my God.
Wait, there's more back there. Oh, Trent, who had been making his way through all these wrecks.
Ladies and gentlemen, rape.
Oh my goodness. Well, at least you didn't pick him this time, so we won't get mad at you.
That was terrible. Car going through. There's Langford, and I think you mentioned too, he was another guy that was in the bottom of the points that... We just had another wreck.
Well,
Oh my...
Oh, Bob Jones! The guy who was leading!
What? You gotta be kidding me.
Okay, now this race is totally changed in its perspective.
I am speechless. I can't get the words out of my mouth to describe it. And oh, there's Ralph Mason. I was about to say too, right before we were going to green, I said if Ralph Mason is going to win this race, you owe me a cookie or something.
Drew Austin, the 9 car, was up in the top 10. He's involved. Ralph Mason's out of the race.
Oh man, no cookie for me. Dang
and
it.
look at the Michael Norman machine. That doesn't look like a leading race car. He's got right side, rear damage. What in the world?
And I'm amazed I'm saying this. Look who's in third. We have barely talked about him at all today. Kyle Corbett. Holy cow.
And how about Ian Dutta, who's been having a tough struggle to start this chase off, dominated the Snickers Cup Series points for the regular season. He comes into this race 9th in chase points, and he's up here in the top 5.
And I just realized, too, we're at the halfway point, and look who's in 5th. The man I don't want to say.
Dylan Poteet. You didn't pick him, and he's doing good.
I don't want to say his name until the end. Try not to jinx you.
I don't want to jinx him at all. Well, the guy that you did pick is actually running well, Noah Hart. He's currently scored in the 9th position.
Thank goodness.
My pick is dead.
There's more damage to Jake Cole, and I think someone else has got damage besides that.
Yeah, there are a lot of drivers with damage. We'll see them when they come off of pit road here. See if how many are going to be able to get
through. Yeah, Galligan at pit road. Man, him and Dougie Shears. Oh, my.
Yeah, the two of them. I'm not certain. I think Dougie actually bounced off of Sean Galligan's roof on the back straightaway. It was too fast to be able to see. We'll, of course, have the slow motion camera when we end up looking at a replay. Is it going to be... Oh, Joshua Collard's pulling into his pit stall. First car off pit road. Whoa, Dillon Young.
I kind of ironic, too, that the Huggies sponsored scheme is going to be in that one, too. And there's Hart right there, Jake Cole. Levi McIntyre.
There goes Joshua Michaels. He had a tough break last week. We don't even
Oh,
really know what wreck happened to
he had a
him.
slow pit stop there.
Same for Jackson. Slow pit stop on the 19. And Poteet had a slow pit stop.
Oh, I just said his name. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Means
Oh, no.
expect that happens.
It's gonna happen.
I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this only one time. If Dillon Poteet somehow survives this race, doesn't get involved, the curse is over.
Yeah, the curse will be over for years to come. Oh, man. Dillon Young is the leader right now after pit stops. Here under our third caution of the day, the biggest wreck of the day taking place here. Let's take a look at it. Getting ready to take a look at what happened. It starts with 7th place running Mary Cole. And like we said, it doesn't have to be double wide. They can just be running single file and still end up hitting the wall.
Yeah, they're just having a lot of trouble. You see Mason Galligan also getting involved, and first car is going to get involved. I saw was Richard Johnson. You're going to see it right there. Then there's Levi. Oh, he got plowed by Drew Austin.
Yes, he did. And there's where Megan Atkins got her damage. She ran into the back of the 93 of Johnson.
Because, oh boy, here we go. This is where the mess starts to happen too. Galligan.
Langford jacked him up, and
oh man, Dougie.
I think it was Rogers jacked up Dougie Shears. And look at this.
Look at the air time the 83 had. Holy cow.
He was actually against the 44. The 44 started barrel rolling, and it flipped the 83 up into the air.
He flipped over the 33. Oh my. Wow.
What in the world?
That is a little reminiscence of race 12 of the Cup Series when Seth was actually co-commentated with Anthony Ritchie flipping. So it's kind of a little ironic seeing that kind of a wreck, but man, Dougie Shears took some air on that one.
We gotta look at that again from another camera angle here. Let's do it from the turn 2 camera.
Yeah, there's a good view right there. Man, Dougie Shears, he's going to get plowed right there. Watch there, because if Galligan hitting the grass, lifts up Dougie Shears' car, and watch, flips over perfectly over Maganek.
Wow.
My goodness.
And the reason the 83 got so much air is the 44 started barrel rolling, and that forward momentum just kind of propelled the 83 forward and in the air.
I give the 83 a 9.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my
We got to see here. I'm trying to see what direction. Okay, it looks like Atkins is actually facing towards the wall. So we'll go to the rear chase on the 33 and see the 83 go flipping over the Starbucks coffee Chevy.
Yeah, you're seeing it from the rear chase cam, and normally we don't get views like this, seeing it from this kind of wreck, so it's going to be interesting once this is going to happen. Atkins slipping off the wall there. Now keep an eye. There's the car slipping, and you watch there. Galligan, look at the 83. Oh, my God.
Wow. Never touched the 33. Completely cleared it.
Uh-oh. A little uh-oh moment. I think she's going to need the Huggies.
I think so. I think Dougie's going to need the Huggies.
Atkins, Dougie.
Dougie Huggies.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
I'm afraid for onboards. I honestly want to see Dougie's first because...
Let's do it. Let's go on board with the 83. Here we are on board with the number 83 Red Bull Camry of Dougie Shears.
Kind of ironic he was next to his teammate right there, too, at the time. And... Ooh. Oh, my God.
Look at that. You got to see the 33 right there from that onboard. That was awesome.
Give credit to the camera right there, and there's Atkins, like... I bet she looked to the left, too, at that point, like, wow.
Yeah, I'm sure when Dougie Shears flipped over, the last thing he thought when he looked to the right was, I need some coffee, but...
Oof.
Man, let's go on board with Galligan. And now on board with Sean Galligan, the 44.
Yeah, he got jacked up badly right there, and yeah, right there's Dougie Shears. That's where you see him get jacked up very badly, and ooh.
And I think it was Jake Rogers who ran into the back of him. I think it was Langford who ran into the back of Galligan.
And I just want to actually note something too. Sean Galligan, normally we don't see him many times flip over, so that's kind of an interesting thing seeing Galligan flip there, so kind of ironic.
Yeah, and Galligan, who's been so consistent this season, even though he's not in the chase, he was my pick to go to victory lane here, and apparently that's not going to happen.
New pick.
Yeah. So many people saying, don't pick me, but we're under the caution flag here for the 3rd time today. Let's see if we can actually get a green flag running. I don't think they're going to do it, but maybe.
Maybe, indeed.
And this happened right up at the very front of the field, a potential battle for the lead.
This is kind of surprising, too. Jones was leading at that point. And people forget about the turn 3 deal, too. Right at the exit of it, there's a thing right there, and Poteet just crowds him in. Norman, oh my
Oh,
goodness!
wow. Nick Barney.
And Jessica Schoen got a little piece, but she really didn't get that much damage. Wow!
She's smoking, though. She's got black smoke coming out from underneath that machine.
Wow, and we didn't even see Jessica get involved in that. And then there's the 19 of Jackson going around. He eventually turns it around. Wow, look at the 16, flip it back over onto the 27.
Oh, wow, right up on the... Oh, right over the 27!
That's 2 cars that went over another car.
That's like if you pet a cat's head. That's what the 16 just did to the 27.
Just so, wow, that's pretty interesting there. And, oh, there's the 14 going really low there.
Now, this wasn't over. There's something else that happens, and I think we saw it start with Sanford. Oh, Collard got turned. What happened to Collard?
He just bounced off the wall and... Wait a minute, did he hit the kink? Well, I know they were trying to avoid the wreck.
Let's see.
Turn.
Right there. Yep,
kink.
he did. Right where the safer barrier starts.
The past where someone hits the kink in, well, you know probably what I'm saying. Yeah, rape. But this is actually a first I've seen where someone hits the kink and just regularly spins out, so that's a good thing.
Man. And then we saw Bob Jones get into it with up here, I think, with Jake Rogers. Now, how does this happen?
No, 55, the 55, I think.
Yeah, I saw Jake Rogers have something happen too with the 27. And the 27 is running further up than these other guys, so this is where it's...
Oh.
Wait, what?
Does he?
He just
failed. Are you serious?
What?
He just lost the steering.
He tried to Tony Hawk. Oh my! Look at the air!
And the irony of that is that Nick Barney, who went over, he gets Nick Barney again.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what... Wow, Bob Jones' steering must have just failed after that.
Oh my goodness. I think that you definitely needed to come prepared with Huggies because we still got more to look at. We had Sanford and... Was it Collard?
Yeah, it was Sanford and Collard. Sanford was trying to come up, Collard was trying to come down. And obviously, knowing that situation, that doesn't work well.
No, I think Sanford was not planning to come to pit road because he'd gotten through all that wreckage. Collard, though, I think was coming to pit road after he'd hit that little kink there.
Oh, and the 55 is going to get... Oh!
Passenger side, right there, impaled.
That's not a good spot, too. That's an edge right there where that begins.
Yeah, that's a little corner there. That's pointed.
Yeah, that's not good. That's something where you don't want to hit on the track. That's like a target right there where you just don't want to hit. And
it's like those water barrels on the pit road of Watkins Glen. You don't want to hit those things.
No, and man, I don't know what's going to happen to 27-16. I think there's going to be some words after that, but...
There could be. There could very well be.
No, that's kind of weird. That's the first I've seen where someone involves each other one wreck, and then all of a sudden another wreck happens, and, well, the other gets into the other guy.
Well, this has turned into quite a wreck fest here at Indy, but apparently with the wrecking is coming the tempers, and as we're here nearing the midway point of the chase, you know, drivers voicing their frustrations, and that's what we're seeing the result of here.
Yeah, I think out of the 2 incidents that took place, that had to be at least 15 cars that got involved in that wreck.
I would say so, at least. And a number of chasers collected up in it. There you see Sanford. We know Collard was involved. Langford was in it. I saw Sean Henley spun around the back straightaway. Bob Jones, of course, we know involved. Man.
Poteet. A little bit of it too. Oh,
yep.
I just said it again. Oh boy.
You just said it. Well, he spun around and didn't get wrecked that time on this one, so maybe your luck is changing.
I don't know. We'll see though. If Poteet does wreck, the curse is still there.
Oh well, here we go, getting ready to head back to the restart. Let's see what's going to happen now, as we are just barely going to be past the halfway point in this race. Getting ready to go back to green. It'll be on lap 16 of 24, giving us a total of 9 laps to go. They're probably going to wreck it up before we get to the checkered flag again, I would assume.
Oh, guaranteed. It's definitely guaranteed.
Oh, man. Right now, Dillon Young, the Huggies machine, out in front. And that car actually looks pretty doggone good. I don't think that car's got a whole lot of damage on it. But he's the leader.
The only damage they have is right side damage from slapping the wall, because I think every driver at least has had it at least once or twice.
If any driver has not slapped the wall, they are probably going to win this race.
It's safe to say.
Ian Dutta, currently up there in second, currently the highest running chaser. Michael Norman's third. Then you got Sean Henley. He's the second highest running chaser in fourth. Austin LaPlante. Now, he got involved in something earlier on. I don't really know what it was. He's been running near the back of the pack all day, but now he's up in fifth. Charles Sanford, after impaling the passenger side on that pit wall, he's still sixth. Pichu London seventh. Kyle Matthews eighth. Noah Hart in ninth. And Jake Cole completes top 10. Rest of the drivers to complete this race so far that we know of are Levi McIntyre, Joshua Michaels, Kyle Corbett, Charles Jackson, Chris Washer, Anthony McCurry, Dylan Poteet, and Joshua Collard. A lot more drivers back in the garage area. They include the following: Trent Dunham, Ralph Mason, Nick Barney, Sean Galligan, Jake Rogers, Chaser Bob Jones, Jessica Shelton, Mary Cole, Drew Austin, Megan Atkins, Dougie Shears, and Chaser Harrison Langford.
As I got a curious question to ask you, Seth, has there been any driver at Snickers Cup Series that won a race in a theme type of deal, like Huggies with Indy, or?
I believe there was one time. I'm trying to remember where it was, but I do recall one time where the driver that had the sponsor on their car that was sponsoring the race did actually go to victory lane. I can't pull it in. I think it was last season though.
Be interesting though. Here's the big question: they're not going to hit the wall. Oh.
Well,
no?
Actually, the front five actually didn't hit the wall.
Surprise, but the 14 did.
And the 56 did, but wait a minute, are we still green?
Please
no way, we're still green.
It's a miracle.
Miracles do happen! And they're gonna wreck you, watch.
I was about to say, I was gonna steal Poteet's car, but I can't.
Are they still good? Oh, Sanford was apparently around. No caution!
It's a Christmas miracle.
We completed a green flag lap at Indy!
Holy cow, it's a miracle. It happened.
Yes!
But then you gotta hope to stay green throughout the rest of the race. I highly doubt it.
Hey, we had a green flag lap. That's amazing. So, let's celebrate that anyway.
Oh boy, top four.
Oh, Jake Cole crowding his teammate! And there go the Bass Pro Shops cars!
Oh, and I was mentioning too about Corbett having a good day. Surviving!
Look out! Yikes!
Talk about a close call. Holy
oh my goodness, heart failure.
Oh, and they're hitting the wall again.
Are they gonna be okay coming to the caution? Oh, I don't like the look of this.
Oh boy.
They didn't hit the wall. Okay. Caution's out. But we completed a green flag lap.
At least two.
At least two, man. Dillon Young leader, Ian Dutta in second.
Number two is that car number 2 is leading, which is very ironic.
It is very ironic.
Leading.
Oh man. Michael Norman in fourth behind Henley, and Jake Cole is in fifth. Pichu London, the reason the caution came out. And they say that there's usually a correlation between teammates. Well, that was the 39 getting into the 14. Two teammates out of Stewart Haas Racing to start that wreck. Let's look back at a replay of it. And here's a look at what happened. This was 5th, 6th, and 7th place, I believe, at the time.
I can guarantee you all three of these drivers here were just trying to survive the race. Just trying to at least stay alive. And, man, I think the 39 was coming down. The 14 didn't notice it. And then vice versa happened. So.
Well, I think the 56 of Corbett and the 14 of London actually got the wall. Jake Cole did not, so he had a lot better momentum coming off that corner.
I noticed the 56
London threw the block on him, I think.
Yeah, Pichu's going to be out of the race, and I think in these drivers' minds, I think they don't care about now finishing the race, or winning the race. They just care about surviving and finishing. That's all they care about now.
I mean, right now, how many drivers were out when we went to green? We had 18. Well, actually, we had 19 cars on the track, so they're insured a top 20 regardless of where they finish. Might as well go all out.
Ooh,
that was close.
Yeah. I think the Matrix is still alive? I think so. That was a close call for the 10. Ooh.
Chris Washer could have high-fived Pichu London going by. They were that close.
Man, that was just what to say. If Washer got involved, look who else would have been involved. All those drivers that were behind him.
And a number of chasers. Poteet, Collard, Sanford, McCurry.
Michaels. Ooh, that would have not been good. So, close call for the 10. That would have been worse.
That would have been crazy. That would have been head-on collision with the 14.
I'm surprised, too. Look at who's still in this race, though. That 61 car, that Audi.
Yeah, McCurry got involved in, I think, at least 2 of our incidents today. mostly been spun around for the most part, but yeah, running well right now. And remember what we said, he and Chris Washer, they come in separated by 6 points, but both of them are mathematically eligible to take the points lead away from John Cittadino. With the way that they're still able to continue, it looks like Cittadino will no longer be points leader.
Man, give that man the survival award, for goodness sakes.
We are under the caution. Once again, we did get a green flag lap in, or 2 green flag laps in. Let's head back now for what could be our final restart of the day, but then again, you never know. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. The Survival 400 here, presented by Huggies. Oh wait, that's not the name, but should be, at Indianapolis. We currently have a total now of 19 drivers. No, actually, Richard Johnson actually went behind the wall, so he is out of the race. So we actually only have 17 drivers still on track and on the lead lap out of our original 42.
I'm just speechless as to how everyone has raced and how all these drivers retired out of the race, flipping and crazy, hitting the wall. Man, this has just been an exciting race of the season. I can't even wait to see what's going to be in store for the next few races for the Snickers Cup Series, especially season finale. Oh boy.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you what, too, I'm actually impressed with how many chasers we still have in this race. I mean, it's been an uphill struggle for chasers ever since the chase started in all 3 series for them to even finish races, but McCrory, Washer, Collard, Sanford, Henley, Ian Dutta, Dylan Poteet, and Noah Hart, they're all still in this race.
I'm amazed that still my pick is still alive. I'm just speechless, and that man is still alive as well.
Man.
The curse.
The curse may be over. Here's the drivers left to settle it out. So we'll have 3 laps to go. We may end up having a caution come out. If we do, the race will probably end under yellow. Dillon Young, Ian Dutta, Sean Henley, Michael Norman, Jay Cole as the top 5. Then it's LaPlante, Matthews, Hart, McIntyre, and Jackson the top 10. The rest of the drivers to finish this race out: Dylan Poteet, Joshua Michaels, Chris Washer, McCrory, Collard, Sanford, and Kyle Corbett. Green flag out. 3 laps to go. Dylan, we made 2 laps under green. Can we finish this race under green?
I have a good spoiler alert. No, it's not going to happen.
Oh, no, you spoiled the race. Oh, well, as they are going to come here into this turn 2 area, can they keep it together? They did it once. Can they do it again? Oh, Henley, get off me and Dutta, please.
Oh, we made it through.
We made it through.
The wall. It's a miracle.
Henley got so close to that left rear of Dutta. I thought if Dutta hit the wall, the 66 was going off the nose of the 25, but right now, we're still green.
The 66.
Henley!
Oh, look out! Oh, don't!
Look out! Oh, Chris Washer nailed him. Oh, look out!
Oh,
they're still wrecking.
Corbin involved. That is going to be the race. Coming to the stripe. It's the 2 guys. Oh, you got to be kidding
me! The man wrecked. Jinx is not over.
The jinx is not over. Why did I open my mouth this name?
And look at this. The Huggies car is going to win.
You gotta be kidding me.
This is a historical moment for me, because this is the first time ever that a co-commentator has actually won the race that he has co-commentated with me on. First time ever.
I feel special right now. Huggies! There we go.
Oh my goodness.
Now every driver owes me $5 for now saying that word. You're welcome. I get now 42 times 5. Oh, that's a good number. Yay!
And what a tough break for Henley. Was battling for second. And who knows where he's going to finish this race. Where is he?
Something I noticed. The 66 got very tight off that corner, and the 25 just crowded him in, and that didn't help. And
there's Chris Washer. Now, right now, he was actually battling with McCrory to try and take the points lead over. I think McCrory got through. Yes, he did. 9th place is where he crossed the stripe. I think you're looking at your new points leader in the Snickers Cup chase.
That's actually amazing, too. And the funny thing is that McCrory in the Universal Orlando Cup Series, chasing my series, he's in the chase. And after race number 3, he was a total of 12 points behind. And coming after Michigan, who knows how it will be for him in the points. So very interesting to see how the points will be for him at that point. But oh man, the white flag is about ready to be displayed for the Huggies, man. He's got to survive it out one more lap, and oh man.
And we've gone 24 laps. When we get the checker, we'll have gone 24 laps, 5 caution flags, and only 10 drivers, from what I can see, are going to finish this race.
And I'm amazed if I'm saying this. My pick ended up 3rd.
Noah Hart. Yeah. This is huge for Noah, because Noah Hart, as we said, dead last in chase points, and coming into this weekend, I said it in the truck race and mobile race, there still is a mathematical chance for drivers not doing well in the chase points to get themselves back up in the title hunt. Noah Hart could be on the first step of doing that here today.
And I think the good thing I've noticed, too, is that my jinx of picking drivers at this track is over, unless if you're named Dylan Poteet.
Yes. Except you didn't really pick him, you only just said his name, but you still jinxed him.
Yes, still. So give props to Noah for surviving out on my pick. I think Noah's got a sigh of relief coming, like, oh, jeez.
Let's give props to all 10 of these drivers for even finishing this race. How about Michael Norman? Led a couple laps here today. That car was badly damaged, and he's going to, after some pit strategy, finish second. Of course, Noah Hart, as we mentioned, that car actually doesn't really look too bad either. He kept his nose pretty clean today there in that 47. Jake Cole. Jake Cole ended up winning at Atlanta 3 weeks ago. Solid run for that Stewart-Haas racing car in fourth. And how about that messed up machine of Austin LaPlante? I mean, that doesn't look like a fifth place finishing car, but guess what? Top 5 for the 48.
I think Hendrick's going to keep that car for saying, like, we got a top 10 or top 5 in Indianapolis with this car right there.
And what a great finish for LaPlante, too, after he barrel rolled at this track in the Truck Series event. So, nice statement made there. Levi McIntyre, we didn't really talk much about the 17 at all today, and he comes away with a solid run of 6th position. If I'm not mistaken, I'm actually looking up here, I think he may actually be the highest finishing rookie of the day. He is. So solid run for the NOS Energy Ford. Kyle Matthews, great run for him in 7th place. Joshua Michaels, who finished, I think he was the last car on the lead lap or something like that last week at Homestead. Solid run for him in 8th. New points leader Anthony McCurry.
Checker flag. Dillon Young is going to win at Indianapolis.
He's gonna get to kiss the bricks.
Wow, you know what, honestly, I'm going to say this, is that I did not expect that coming. Wow, I'm just jaw-dropped, speechless.
And Dillon Young, this is a lot of momentum he's riding, too. He picked up his 3rd Mobile Cup Series win last week at Homestead, and now he wins the Snickers Cup Series event 1 week later here at Indy. This guy's got some good momentum on his side.
And that was his first Snickers Cup Series win, too, of the season, which is kind of ironic, too. And this is a scheme that's also he's going to run for next season, too. So this is actually a little preview of it. And wow, that scheme. Holy cow. And
he was a 2-time winner in the Snickers Cup last season. Ironically, his 2nd win of that season came at a track we'll be coming to soon, Zen Joltis. So, you know, we're getting here to the end of the season. Tracks that Dillon Young knows really well. And, you know, this guy could be up for another 2nd or 3rd win here in Snickers Cup.
You never know, but man, what a crazy race. And you have to give all 10 of these people who win this finish this race out the Survival Award. Congratulations.
And Anthony McCurry will finish the day out in the 9th position, and he will be the points leader. McCurry actually, in chase history, does not have good history of leading points standings. Remember last season when he ended up having the points lead in the very first chase race, he ended up wrecking out on the first lap of the first chase race, and right now, this has been a much more consistent season for him. He's got a victory, and keep your eyes on that 61 next week, because we're heading to a road course in Lime Rock, and we know how Anthony McCurry loves those road courses.
Absolutely, and the mayonnaise man, Charles Jackson, will end up with a 10th place spot, the last car that finished the race. I think he doesn't care he finished 10th. He's glad he survived out. Man,
I'm looking at 3 cars who, with the exception of the right side, because everybody got right side damage with hitting the wall, but 3 cars look like they are picture perfect, and that's Dillon Young, Noah Hart, and Charles Jackson. All 3 of them did a great job today keeping their noses clean.
I was actually about to say the same thing, too. Man, that's just amazing, but man, what a weekend this was. Holy cow.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Unbelievable race here today. A wreck fest to be sure, but, you know, you think about it, that's what the chase is all about, survival, and this race certainly exemplified that, and those chasers that did survive, they're going to reap some mighty important benefits here.
Yeah, normally when it's a survival race, many drivers are like in that mode of, oh man, hopefully I don't get involved in that. For those who do, they get that reward of big points there. For those who don't, that sadly get involved, depending on where you finish, sadly is what you get, but man, that was just... I'm speechless after this. Man, I'm glad to be here again. Holy cow.
Well, let's take a look and see where all the chasers officially finished today's event out. Noah Hart, highest finishing chaser in 3rd. Anthony McCurry in 9th. Joshua Collard, actually, they have him scored as finishing this race. He must have been way behind then because I didn't see him. So actually, it looks like 11 cars finished this race. Collard will finish in 11th place. Henley, after running second and getting wrecked there on the what would potentially be, I guess, the final lap, he is 13th for the finish of this race. Ian Dutta 14th, Dylan Poteet 15th, Chris Washer 16th, Charles Sanford in 17th. So a big clump of chasers all together right there.
And might just say, Dylan Poteet, that curse will still continue for him in Indianapolis.
It'll still continue. I don't think he'll be sad with a 13th place finish. It's a DNF, but still it's a top 15.
He'll take it, though.
Bob Jones in 25th place. As we look even further down, this is where it gets to the rather heartbreaks for the chasers and drivers that are going to have some difficulty as far as having to bounce back next week. Harrison Langford, 31st. Jacob Lawler in 32nd. And then, of course, one of the big ones there, John Cittadino, the points leader coming to this race, 37th. Andrea Erickson out in 39th. And Danny Wells, that may have just written him off from the championship hopes here. As he came in 13th in points, 57 points back, and he gets a 41st place finish here today. So unless Danny Wells can pick up a couple wins in the next few weeks or something, that may be the first driver mathematically eliminated from winning this season's chase championship.
Yeah, that's a sad thing right there for any chase driver to have that happen, but tough break for him. But, he can do a comeback, but he's got to, at least get good qualifying orders, especially for, like, the tracks that are coming up, like Lime Rock, and even for other tracks that we're going to be using in the chase, which we don't know what to expect for the chases, but until then, it should be quite an interesting battle.
Well, we have had slapping the wall, cars flipping, cars barrel rolling, cars playing leapfrog, drivers ramming each other, impaling themselves in the pit wall. We've had a little taste of everything here today, and Dylan, I want to thank you for joining me for it. Man.
What a day.
Unbelievable. The Huggies concession area got their money's worth today.
I think the Huggies concession got their stuff, and probably get some free merchandise, too, while they're at it. Probably get some die-casts or something. You never know.
More than likely. Oh, my goodness. Well, congratulations to Dillon Young on his victory here today. His first win of Season 7. Historical moment here in the NNSCRA. First time the co-commentator actually wins the race that he's co-commentating with me. And
I feel special.
Yay! And the Huggies machine wins at a Huggies-sponsored Wreckfest. I think you're going to see a lot of face palms. That just seems to fit perfectly. I don't know why, but it just does.
You just see a lot of face palms in the comments below.
Oh, man.
I don't care.
Oh, boy. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this, I put in quotes, race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like. Subscribe to become part of the crew today. Be sure to also subscribe to Dillon Young's channel. The link to his channel is in the description. And I believe you actually just finished up one of your series, and you're going to have your season finale in another one, right?
Coming soon. I got Chase Race 3 done as of right now, and at the time of this recording and stuff, when it'll be up, and Chase Race 4 is going to be out soon, and then probably in about a few weeks it'll be the season finale. So
there you go.
And after that, Season 2 of IRA Monster Energy Super Speedway Series, and Season 1 of the NNSCRA T-Mobile Cup Series. So that'll be quite interesting there.
So there you go. Head over there. Check out those great series going on over on Dillon Young's channel. We hope you enjoyed this race, and here comes your official full finishing results, where only 11 drivers finished, by the way, and your full rookie points, chase points, and the rest of the overall points. Heading into next week we head to the road course, my favorite road course, Lime Rock Raceway, where it's sure to be a wild one. A crazy way to finish off Indianapolis, and we're glad that you were part of it. I'm Seth Cole, and that's Dillon Young. And we're saying goodbye to you from Indianapolis as you've been watching production of the NCRA Offline Racing at its best.
Subscribe to the Huggy Man.
Huggy Raid!